Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Okay, so today we are going to look to chapter example 7. Okay, still chapter 16. Okay, whereby the case is whereby the interest increase, but it just increase the controlling interest. It means that initially the company already has control, and then the control is increased, so there is no change in the status of the investment. Okay, so let's read through the example. Given below are the statements of financial position of H&S as at 31st December X9. So you are given statement of financial position, and then H acquired 120,000 of the issued 120,000 of the issued 200,000 ordinary share of S on 1st January for 180,000. The retained profit on that date was 40,000. Also, a non-depreciable assets of S on 1st January X8 had a fair value that was 20,000 more than its carrying amount. Okay, so looking at the group structure. Okay, so if we look at the group structure, okay, so on H acquire S, how much? 120,000 over 180,000. Okay, 122. Sorry, not 180,000, 200,000. So 60%. Okay, on 1st April, so this happened on 1st January X8. Okay, on 1st April X9, H acquired another 40,000, so 40,000 over 200,000. So another 20%. So now the total is 80%. Okay, so this is the group structure. So on 1st April X9, the control is increased. Okay, so remember what I said, goodwill is calculated when the control is achieved. So when is the goodwill calculated? So goodwill is calculated actually on 1st January X8. So you must calculate the goodwill based on information on 1st January X8 because that was when the control is achieved. Okay, so next we will look at the goodwill acquisition. Okay, remember we want to put some note here. Goodwill is calculated when control is achieved. When control is achieved. Okay, so it's achieved in this case on the 1st January X8. Okay, so now we'll calculate the goodwill. Okay, so goodwill. So as usual, you need to know how are you going to calculate the goodwill. So S use the cost model value is current asset. So I assume this was partial goodwill. Okay, so partial goodwill. Okay. Okay, so what happened is you calculate the goodwill. Okay, so goodwill is consideration transferred. So you look at information on 1st January X8. Okay, consideration transferred. Okay, in this case, for 180, isn't it? 180. 180,000. And then NCI we'll calculate later. In this case, the question doesn't tell anything about it, but looking at the working, it is actually partial goodwill. Okay, so less fair value of net tangible asset. So normally ordinary share of S, which is 200,000. Pre-acquisition profit, which is in this case 40,000. And on this day, there is actually a fair value adjustment, amounting to 20,000. Okay, so fair value adjustment 20,000. So you have 260,000. 260,000. Remember, we haven't calculated NCI yet. We just take the figure, the same figure. 260,000 times how many percent? During this time, the the NCI is 40%. So you have 184,000. Total up 284,000. Okay, minus 260. You have 24,000 is your goodwill. Okay?